All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Repugnant Man here. This is the VRE podcast. We're trying this out. I'm your host, Jose, also known as Repugnant Man. I had many names in the past. Shaken Basher, of many names. And that, obviously the co-host here, Mr. Omni.
I'm Omnipotent, VLL, and also go by Greg. So yeah, like Jose said, we're just trying out some concepts. We just have some stuff to talk about, and hopefully you enjoy.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just start it off with you tell me how you're doing, man? How's everything been?
Honestly, it's been pretty good. Work's a little slow, so it's kind of like it's hard to complain about work being slow and having like time to chill, but also it's like I don't know. I guess I just want
something.
Yeah, I want to do something. Yeah, so but it's really nice. It's it gives you some time to reflect on some skills that maybe I don't know. I've just been working on stuff just to improve. There really hasn't been too much other stuff going on at the moment, but
I feel
other than that, it's been pretty good. How about yourself?
Same thing. Just the beginning of the year, I really wanted to kind of work towards some work goals of like trying to move up, and I've been given a lot more responsibilities to kind of feel what it's like. My manager, I see her how stressed she is, and I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't even know if it's worth it, because like I'm getting the raises every year, every year. It's like twice a year. It's like on the anniversary and then on the cost of living or whatever. So it's like I'm not gonna have a kid or anything. I don't really need that much money, I'm
I mean, like they say, like with fucking power comes responsibility.
I know, right? It's fucking gonna turn into Spider-Man if I get promoted at work, so it sucks. But no, yeah, I'm on the same boat, man. It's just like the things are there, but it's not what I'd like to do things like this where we create things or make YouTube videos or play games and make a living out of that somehow, so that'd be really cool, but I think that's a ways off. It's just you gotta work on the other things so you can, with the responsibilities you already have. But that's enough of that work stuff. Enough.
True. That's a rabbit hole. It is. I think just the overall arc of that was just I don't know. Yeah, it's just tough to take on that power sometimes. But
yeah, but it's all good. It's all good in the end. I can't complain. My job is not difficult, and I'm grateful. Okay. First topic, anime. Let's start with Attack on Titan, the most recent episode. What did you think, Omni?
Honestly, it's hard to be kind of picky, but like I love that you find out lore. It's tough when they're like sitting around a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I like that you learn things. But like in terms of it being the last season and I only get like a marginal amount of episodes, I'm kind of, it's not that I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more. I understand you can't have Titans. They're all walking right now anyway, right? So like so it's like I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that content.
What, you want more action, just something, right? Some a little more of like Aaron's plan kind of developing so that we can see some more of that, something like that.
Or just throw me like if they threw me like a clip, just like like of him just even walking with them for just like 10 seconds. I think it would have been better.
Yeah, and honestly, like walking with them, because it's a little bit curious because he's kind of like in the fucking meta realm right now, like. But at the same time, like, where is he? Because his body was fucking decapitated on the floor there, and he like went to the meta realm or something, right? Or is he alive somewhere?
So he's alive. He turned into
huge thing.
Yeah, that's him. He turned into that. So the thing that I was kind of curious about is like they're crossing an ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're probably just on the bottom of the ocean, just holding their breath. Oh no, wait! I thought they made it a point that the Titans couldn't go into water or something like that, or no?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the logic. I don't understand that.
I guess we'll see that when it happens.
We definitely will.
I like that episode. I know that there's been episodes before where they have the two sides of the war. Or is it the Marlians and the freaking what's the other one? Eldians.
The Eldians.
Where they have dinner. The one where Gabby's had dinner with what's her face's family.
Sasha's family.
Right. So you kind of have that whole dynamic where it's like, you're humanizing the other side. It's happened. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. This episode, it really did click for me. I thought it was really cool. Like they were talking to each other, and it kept on like cutting the clips of like the top of the skylight of the forest, and then like the soup boiling and just like the fire sizzling, and it was just like this. It was building up, like the tension was building, and it was. I thought it was really well done. Like I was talking to Paula, and I was like, I really like this episode. It's just something about it. It was really cool in the way Jean just got pissed and just started beating him, but then after they were kind of cool about it.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's like I'm just a freaking Aaron Yeager stan. I just I think that's like and I have no problem with the other side of the story. I think that Attack on Titan does it. It really gives you like characters to hate, then characters to love, and then characters to hate. Like Connie, he ran off on some crazy, That
would piss me off. That episode I didn't really like too much.
It was just and that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of been like a few things. Maybe I'm just like still sore from the last episode of it not being like hitting. I don't know.
Yeah, and then Connie kind of got like swayed super quick by Armin just by like saying I forgot what he even said, but he was like, "All right, I'm not gonna feed him to my mom anymore."
Yeah, so it was just it was like a wasted 15 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, and then like, I mean, is Connie and that kid gonna have like a relationship anymore? Like, what was the point of that? Like, it just, I don't know. Yeah. It's like you built like a weird
side
filler. Yeah, and I don't know. It's like when it's the last season, it just needs to be so much better. It's like Game of Thrones types. Like I just can't see it. I know it's not gonna end bad or poorly, but I just
I mean, because before that Connie episode, it was really strong. It was really strong. Everything that was going on, all the action that was going on, and if you think about it, it kind of makes sense for Armin's character now that he's like a bit suicidal, feeling like he failed. Right, does something for his character arc when he says like, okay, well, if you want your mom to come back, then I'll kill myself. And like. So that was, I guess there's some kind of essence to that episode in that regard, but other than that, it just wasn't hitting as much as the others. Yeah. What was the end of the episode? What was the sneak peek for next week? They're going to try and stop Eren. Did they show anything else?
No, it was like they're super short. I think they're like 5 seconds. So I think it was literally just them like, we gotta go.
Oh, okay. What's your predictions then?
I mean, if Levi comes back.
Oh, right.
And then they have a lot of the Titans, of the founding Titans. I mean, it's tough to say, but like, I don't understand how he can control, if Eren can control Titans, can he just control everybody? So
yeah, can he control Armin? Can he control...
Right. So I guess that's, but I hope Eren doesn't succeed, but also feels vindicated with his choice at the end. Like I just hope that, I mean, I think if you watch enough anime, you would think that you can maybe think about the plot and how it would end. But like, I'm hoping that Attack on Titan doesn't do that. And I know it's finished in the manga, so but
I don't even know about that. I don't even know. And you read that ending or no?
No, I didn't purposely not.
Yeah, it's like it seems like I'm not really sure what's gonna happen in the end. I was just kind of, I know how Eren's been acting this whole like season. It's because you can see the future already through memories and stuff like that. So that's why he's been so cold towards Mikasa and Armin, because you already knew that they were gonna kind of try and stop him. So it was kind of cool to think about that too. That's why he's been so cold to them. And I can, you could probably trace it back to an episode where he's like, right when he knows that he's, his memory, and then he just kind of stopped talking to them. Was it that when he was in the jail cell, right? When they had him, and he was kind of being a
well, so he like, he like learned everything when he kissed Historia's hand, and like somehow that because she was part of the founding family, and it like activated his memories or something.
Okay.
So there's like a scene that when he kisses her hand, he gets like a flashback of a bunch of memories, and that was a very seems like that was a long time ago. I'd say season 3 maybe.
I wonder if he started acting cold towards them then, or kind of had to kind of hone his memory skills into kind of finding out, like putting it all into pieces and figuring out what it all means,
So did he only activate that because Zeke brought him into the memories?
I'm not sure. Activate what?
Like he controlled time.
Oh, because
after Zeke brought him there, because he needed to be there to control time.
He needed to do the rumbling with Zeke, right? That's how he needed the rumbling to start, right?
Yeah, so it's like, how did he? So if he got his memories right when he kissed her hand, right, and just got the memories, was he able then to change time, or did he go into the memories, because he knew he was gonna go into the memories when he kissed her hand and saw everything, and then planned it off that? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just a
No,
rabbit hole of
no,
just
I know what you're
thoughts.
saying. It's like whether you go out destiny or not, and maybe like he starts to see new memories as he starts to take new paths, and like it never feels like he has a choice.
Right.
But in terms of like how I think it's gonna end, in the way that the intro is, it looks like it turns very dark when he's a kid. Then it turns to all the flowers. There's like a moment when it kind of turns all good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll have some kind of flashback moment like that, but it's where he thinks like he goes into the memory that he's most fond of while doing the most atrocious thing that he plans to do, and it's gonna end in just this twisted way. That's how I'm kind of thinking it's gonna happen. Um, but you have anything else you want to add to Attack on Titan before we move on?
No, I think that pretty much covered it. It's good.
All right. Tell me about Ranking of Kings. This anime you're
Oh
watching.
yeah. Okay, so honestly, in terms of anime, I've watched a lot, enough, definitely. And this has a very different art style. It's honestly, when you first watch it, you're kind of like, you're not sold on it because you haven't seen it before, so you're kind of like unsure. So the story just follows this prince. He's like smaller than everybody, and he's deaf, but he can read people's lips, but he can't
Daredevil
like
style.
speak. Yeah, so it's like he's like, people just like think he's stupid basically, because it's put in like castles, and like he's a prince, so it's like he's royal family, but he's like kind of silly because he can't speak or something. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but it's a lot more than that, and the character building in the, I think it's been 16 episodes that are dubbed. I think it might almost be done if it's subbed, but you really care about every character, like
Nice.
everybody in those times. Like yesterday, I turned it on, and it was just like the episode was over. I was like, what? But it was like a 24-minute episode, but I was enjoying every minute of it, where it just was like I needed another slice
More.
of it.
Yeah.
Right. And without explaining, like giving too much of the story, but giving it enough credit, it follows him, and he does, goes through a training arc, and now he's
becoming
better.
king.
Yeah, he's, because he wants to be the king, but in the story, he has an older brother.
Oh, so he's the shadow of his brother or of his father? Is it something like that?
So his father was a giant, like he was the strongest man in the world or something.
Oh, okay.
There's a whole
You don't gotta tell me too much, but I know usually in those prince king stories, there's always like trying to follow, be in the shadow of your father or of your older brother, and then there's always the tension of who's gonna take the throne next. Are we gonna murder each other to take the throne? Sounds interesting.
No, it's a really good story.
In terms of what you said of the art style, I was watching Star Wars Visions, and when you sent me the picture, it kind of reminded me of this episode in Star Wars Visions with this. It almost felt like a kids episode, but it had a lot of mature themes. It was with this little robot named Toby who becomes a Jedi. He was made by this Jedi.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite episodes of Star Wars Visions.
That was a good episode.
And the art style of that one reminded me of kind of the pictures that you sent me. That it looked kind of like it could appeal to kids. The art style, is that something?
I mean, it definitely could. I would say that the art style presents itself in like a friendly manner, but a lot of the tones of this anime, it's like they're deeper. Okay. So while it would appeal to kids, I think even if you've never watched anime and you just really like a good story building, it's not super fantasy. Like some of the people are strong, right? But they're not like using wizard powers really necessarily. But so it's kind of grounded, but
I see.
You're a little bit more invested in the building of these characters that find weakness in themselves through learning. So I think that honestly, even if you didn't watch anime and you sat somebody down, I think
They would
If
like
you
it.
watch if you watch 2 or 3 episodes and they were just not, and you're not into it, maybe drop it. But I think that it could probably almost win Anime of the Year if there weren't some other titles out like Demon Slayer. I think that might be, unfortunately, an easy shoe-in for a lot of wins, just how visually appealing that was.
Yeah.
But it's hard because you don't really get a lot of animes that present like an actual story. It's always like, we gotta go kill this demon. Now we gotta go get stronger again. Now we gotta go kill this demon.
Huge tits on this broad. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, it's nice to see like a fresh breath of something else, especially if you like anime or if you just like I said, good story building in general. It's a great show, and I think that it could win a lot of awards.
Cool. Paul and I are definitely going to check it out because Demon Slayer wrapped up. We don't watch that with Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's 20 minutes. She's watching the new Inuyasha. I forget what it's called. Freaking Inuyasha.
Oh, yeah. When he has a daughter.
Yeah. So I don't watch. I'm not watching. I'm like watching it on the side sometimes when I play Elden Ring. I'll turn around and kind of look at the TV and see what's going on.
I couldn't invest into the characters. I tried watching a few episodes.
Hey, well, she's not really even paying attention when she's watching either. She's like checking her flights and stuff. So, okay, Jujutsu. Am I even saying that? Jujutsu Kaisen movie 0 or whatever.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah.
I guess I didn't read too much about it, but I saw that it was like it's supposed to follow this prequel character who's like, I guess, part of the school who they're doing some whole demon thing, right? And that's what the whole movie.
Yeah, so I think it is, like you said, it is a prequel. I don't know too much about it. I'm surprised that
I don't know if it's a prequel.
It hasn't. I think it is. I think
it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't leaked anywhere. I haven't seen it on any friendly websites.
I've watched all my. I watch it legit. I'm a clean man. But
yeah, of course, me too.
For Ranking of Kings, I'm gonna probably watch on that thing that you sent me.
Yeah.
But that's exciting. I probably need to watch a little bit of it, rewatch it, just to kind of wrap my head around what's going on again because it's been so long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hyped to go see it. So
yeah, I'm gonna go see it. I saw the Demon Slayer movie in theaters, and I'm gonna go watch this one. And yeah, it's always a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to go to the movies too, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we can segue into this other section then. Speaking of movies, Batman, you're going to see it Saturday. What are your preconceived notions of it, and kind of what's up?
I mean, I was super excited for it when I saw it drop, and I thought that this, like, I don't know if it's because I'm sick of just like shitty Joker movies. I was just like, this is actually like a Batman movie that seems like it's actually like dark. And I understand that Batman has different personas, and I knew Robert Pattinson would be like always just kind of like grumpy, pissed off, like just like in his feelings, probably just like being like a Batman, like a brooding Batman. And I wanted to see a character that's hurt beat ass. I don't know how to explain it, and I feel like
you're gonna get a lot of that. It's funny that you say you wanted to see a darker Batman because I feel like that's the tone that they've kind of been going for with the whole Ben Affleck. His thing was dark, Christian Bale's was dark as well. Not dark, but like it was kind of more gritty because everything that was going on with the Joker and his whole anarchist vibe and how kind of serious and real that was. I don't know if I guess maybe you couldn't qualify that as dark, but yeah, I guess you could say that this movie is a little more of that.
Like emotional. I don't know. Like
it's definitely more emotional because I feel a lot of the like in the past Batman movies, they focused so much on the enemies and that kind of they had to flesh out their stories as well. Versus this one, it kind of feels like it does focus a little bit more on Batman. And like after, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but like like as I was watching it, I was kind of had this critical eye of like what was going on. I felt like Batman was a little bit naive. Okay. But I mean, he's only in the first 2 years of his Batman journey, so it makes sense for him to be naive, kind of be figuring things out. And kind of looking back after watching the movie, I did start to like it a little bit more. I was sitting at like maybe around a 7, like it was good. And then kind of as I thought about it more, I was like, yeah, this is probably actually an 8. And then the only thing that I wish I didn't see the trailer,
Yeah.
Which trailer did you see? Did you see the trailer with Penguin in the car or?
I only saw the first one.
What happens at the end of the trailer? Is it Batman walking?
I think he's just in the rain.
Okay, I'm not even gonna say anything.
I don't even know. Yeah,
it's like the best part of the movie is like in the trailer.
Okay, well, I don't think I've seen that because I definitely don't remember it.
It's so sick, man. And then Colin Farrell as the Penguin is just awesome.
Yeah, no, it's the cast seemed really good, and I was actually, this is kind of maybe a weird take, but I was kind of excited to see a good Catwoman.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she's probably one of the best parts of the movie. She's she's a real star for sure. Zoe Kravitz, she needs to be. I need to, she needs to be in more things.
I agree. I think that she's very talented. So when I saw that, I just saw really good chemistry. I was like, this might be a different kind of a Batman.
And when she first shows up too, the whole energy of the movie kind of lifts up everyone. You can feel everyone in the theater like, oh wow, she's just entered. Like, she's got a real presence too.
Weird.
So yeah, Batman. Gonna check it out. I'm sitting at an 8.
We'll definitely circle back next episode, and then I can.
Yeah, and then also I'm reading. Well, hold on. Let me get a second.
Yeah.
Hello? My bad.
Hello?
I'm reading this Batman The Long Halloween.
Nice.
Which is what that one's based on, and the Christian Bale one. And I got the Long Halloween like animated one, part 2. The part 1's coming in the library soon. But I'm gonna try and have like a more completed kind of take on Batman, like what it was originally. Like, this is, I guess, what those movies were based on. So
okay.
I'm gonna try and see kind of what the take is in the graphic novel, see what the take is in the movie, and kind of watch and kind of have this. Probably just have like this full Batman kind of review thing that I'll probably put on my channel eventually. So that'll be a good time.
Well, I'll be there. Like and comment, subscribe, and you hit that bell button.
Hell yeah! Okay, Batman. That's over with. Do you want to hop into Elden Ring?
Well, I guess my thoughts to you is, how are you enjoying it? I haven't played it.
I mean, dude, it's I can see why you guys maybe wouldn't, because the last games they're so hard to beat. It's like you play them for a while, it's fun, and then you just kind of, they're so linear that you get to a boss that you can't beat, or you feel like you just completely hit a wall, and you're like, you kind of drop it and you never come back. But the cool thing about this one, obviously, I can't say anything new than what's already been said, but it's like, you can go anywhere. So it's like you hit a wall, you just go somewhere else. And then the thing about this game is it's got the best enemy diversity of any open world game I've seen. It's got the best boss battles of any open world game. It's got the best world design I've seen of any open world game, man. The world is just crazy beautiful. And just circling back real quick to the enemy design, man, there's just so much random scary shit that you see.
The designs are crazy.
Yeah, dude, there's like, go ahead.
No. I mean, I think there's like 60. There's like, how many bosses are there?
I don't know, man. There's got to be over 60 because there's a lot of like kind of, they're bosses, but they're kind of like cave bosses in there. And
it's a sick design.
Some of them are like reused, but not so often that you're like, oh, this is lame. No, it's like, a lot of diversity, and this has been said too, but I'll say it, that like when you get an open world game and there's just a bunch of freaking, quests and shit all over the map, a bunch of markers, question marks, this, you look at that and it's
points to turn in the quests.
It's been all over Twitter too, of just like the Ubisoft, developers saying how the user experience on Elden Ring sucks, but then you look at all the games that they do and it's literally like you go into the game, it's just like 1,000 things to do, and you're just like, I kind of don't want to play anymore. And you just turn it off. The nice thing about Elden Ring is it's just a map. You're just like, go.
And also, it's really nice that a game literally will present you with a challenge. I don't want to sit here on my controller just tapping circle and beating bosses and occasionally sidestepping. In games like freaking Elden Ring and Dark Souls in general, known for being genuinely hard games, you have to put thought into what you do. And like you said, you hit a wall. All right, well, I'll just hop on my horse and just ride on over to somewhere else, get a new sword or something, or there's different ways to play the game too, which presents more playability also.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different builds you can do. Like, I've been experimenting with different weapons. The item that you get to respec your character, so you can try out new weapons, is abundant. I have a bunch of them. I've respected my character only once, but it's kind of what I like right now. The weapon I have is super. It's pretty. It makes me feel powerful. Like I'm murking things right now. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to a place where it's not gonna be as good, and I'm gonna have to try out some new things. So it's gonna. I'm probably gonna respec again, and yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. And I've been playing a lot of co-op with Irvin, Lucha's bro, and my cousin, and it's been a blast, man. We did a lot of the first portion of, and we probably got like 20 plus hours together playing, just kind of clearing bosses on my playthrough, then swapping over to his and clearing bosses on his playthrough. And the cool thing about it is when you're summoned to another world, you can't lose your souls. So you essentially just like, dude, we've been gaining so much XP just going back and forth. XP. Yeah, and it's fun. And then when you're playing together, you can get invaded, and that's been harsh. Like initially, we were killing a lot of people that invaded us, but man, some people are just come in there with like full kitted armor. We're still like noobs, and then they come in there with like with their full set, kind of just destroy us. But yeah, man, it's a great game. I think it's every open world game moving forward is going to have to look at this and say, hey, we should try and make our game like Elden Ring. Like Breath of the Wild, like the new Breath of the Wild that's going to come out. It's going to need to have more enemy diversity, because Breath of the Wild had...
I didn't even care for that game. I thought it was a good game. I just
didn't get
wasn't for me. It was like I'm a savage into like collecting. So like I hoard, and I don't want to use my good weapons, but that's literally the point of the game. Like I just suck. It's probably just like a literal personal gamer issue I have, but I just couldn't get behind it. And like I like that you could do anything and just like go beat the game immediately, but sometimes I do want guardrails, like to give me a little bit of a reason to go. And I never felt like I was like truly like not stuck. Even like the puzzles were fun, but I just never. I mean, like I think the problem with MMOs and is anything in general is that the internet is just so accessible, and you could just there's nothing to really ever truly explore yourself unless you literally don't go online.
Right.
Because like you get stuck, and then it's like after a while, if you can't figure it out, it's like why not just go look? But that's the point of the challenging of the game. And hold on, let me go really quick into like a little rabbit hole. So I was thinking of a new MMO RPG, right? Where you don't know what you're doing, but there's like a crafting system. And like say you added like a feather and like a stick, and you got a recipe to make an arrow. But nobody else knows that a stick and a feather makes the arrows unless they do it themselves. But the problem is that the game would essentially be pointless because everybody would just make a list of or data mine it. Yeah, but it's like but then it takes away like a different aspect of how to play the game. Imagine if you like crafted something and only you and 3 other people in like the whole game knew how to make. And like you guys were like, don't tell anybody how we put this together. But like you it kind of makes a little bit more of a community, and then there's obviously gonna be like a marketplace. But I was just trying to think of how to change a game like that. How do you change a formula that's
I mean, I don't think World of Warcraft. Well, now with the internet, like you said, it's kind of impossible to do that. The thing about circling back to Elden Ring is that it's the most game out there that's like that. The game doesn't tell you anything. People are still trying to figure out the lore. The big people who make the lore videos about all the Soulsborne games, they haven't even come out with the videos yet. They're still trying to figure out what it all how it's all connected, what all the you have to beat the game multiple times to unlock different dialogue things, do certain things first to find out what's going on, you know what I mean? And a lot of these games are known for the community aspect, because like when the first one came out, was it Demon Souls or whatever, like it was, no one really was playing it. No one knew what the hell was going on, why it was so hard. And like the whole, there's a few people online who are like, oh dude, like, hey, what are you doing to beat this guy? Blah blah blah. And what weapons, what is this thing weak to? I mean, now there's wikis on everything, and like, you know, it's
Right.
getting better. But yeah, I think these Soulsborne games, it's more like that. Like, you can't play the game and get the whole story. Like something like Bloodborne. Like, I've watched like a lot of just lore videos on it, because you don't really get the story unless you're really digging for it, reading the item descriptions on things, or getting all the dialogue. And you know, sometimes you have to do a quest that you don't even know is a quest, because the game doesn't pop up on a quest log. There's no quest log, things like that, right? It's just someone asking, like, can you please find my father? You know what I mean? And it's just, you have
my
to
father, please.
Yeah.
He's stuck in the chimney.
Straight up. And so I think more than anything, I think Soulsborne games are like that, where you have to figure stuff out together. And even right now, there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about this game.
I mean, that is crazy too, because it's been out for what, like 2 weeks now?
Yeah, and yeah, man, it's crazy to think that you know, Freddy returned it. I thought it could really be a good game for him. He really, you know, digs into that. It's just hard. It's hard to get into when the game doesn't tell you anything. You do have to do some research, man. You have to research a build that you maybe want to do. Have to find out where to get certain items that you're gonna need throughout your whole playthrough. And if you don't get them, you might get cucked throughout the whole game. So.
No, I know. Yeah, it's tough. It's definitely something.
Yeah, but
and sometimes I feel like, I mean, like when you kill a boss, it's like super rewarding. I've played, you know, those kind of types of games before, but I don't know.
I haven't been stuck on any boss yet.
Oh, shoot.
Well, maybe because I played a lot of co-op early, I was really intrigued on how that would happen. So me and people kind of went back and forth on killing the first castle bosses together.
Okay.
Maybe that's what made it a little bit easier, but it also powered me up so hard. And then once I found out about this Sword of Night and Flame, I've been just really powerful. I've been like melting bosses pretty much. But it's fun though. Like, it's fun to finally feel powerful in these games.
Yeah, no, it's definitely rewarding.
But yeah, moving off Elden Ring, anything else you wanted to say about it?
No, I'm good.
The Steam Deck. What are your thoughts on the Steam Deck, man?
It's a more OP Switch.
Yeah.
I already think the Switch is a terrible console.
You do?
I don't. There is nothing good about it. I mean, like, okay, I could take it with me. Would I rather have a Steam Deck with me? 100%. What am I going to bring with me? Freaking Mario vs. Sonic Summer Olympics 2022. No,
Yeah.
dude, I'm sick of these. Like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Nintendo just pushes, obviously, the shit that sells. And I understand and respect that. But, like, move out of your IPs. Was that, you know? It's like, do something different. Like, I like that the way they went with Pokemon. I think that Pokemon should definitely follow that direction. I think there is another market, too, for the same old simplistic style that I think that they could be like, remakes Gold, but they're 2D again. Now they're walking pixelated, and they'll do that. But like, Nintendo never caters to the people that they want. Just put an N64 emulator on your Switch, put the games for $20. People will still buy those old games for $20, but no, they cuck you. The internet online services are atrocious. You can't barely play online with anybody, like, respectfully. And I just don't think that it's that great of a system.
I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent. It's like there goes a lot of prolonged periods of not using the Switch until a game comes out that you want to play, and then you use it a lot. I like it because I like sitting on the computer and playing a game. You get kind of, your back gets all fucked up, and you're just like, okay, you know, I want to lay in bed, but I still kind of want to play. And you know, for Pokemon, I played a lot on my bed before going to sleep, on the couch chilling. I like the portability of it, and I agree with you when you say the Steam Deck will probably be better. I mean, I have to get my hands on it and see, but you're right. I think Nintendo is kind of stepping out of their comfort zones when they put a lot of third-party and indie stuff on it. There's a lot of, you know, they didn't do that before. You know, there's a lot of, they've opened up the third-party, you know, putting other games on there, Skyrim, whatever, GTA. I think they put the GTA remasters on there, didn't they? Like the San Andreas or something. I don't think they can.
I don't think they could do that.
They put The Witcher on there, you know. So they're kind of stepping out of their comfort zone in that way. A lot of people hail it as like a really good system, though, dude. It's like, you know, sold as many as like what is it, like almost at the PS2 level?
Yes.
Like,
yeah, I agree. I mean, like the utility of it is great,
and
the things that you could do with it.
Yeah, it's I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, you know, obviously the IPs it has. I was a big fan of Breath of the Wild. I did put in like 200 hours into that game, 200 hours plus. So I got really deep into that, which I think I'm gonna get really deep into Elden Ring in the same way. But yeah, I think for the IPs for Breath of the Wild 2, the new Gen 9 Pokemon, you know, if they're gonna make a new Mario, I was never too much into the Mario platforming, but if they make a new Mario, I'll probably pick it up just to see. So for that, it's always gonna have that slight potential. And if they get better with the games, kind of like how good Breath of the Wild is, if Breath of the Wild 2 is good, like just like that, and Super Smash, I didn't even mention Super Smash Bros, but like
that's, I mean, Mario Kart, Super Smash, Mario
yeah, it's
Party.
a given, right?
Right.
If those games are gonna keep coming out, it's always gonna be almost be worth it for me, you know, to pick it up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I couldn't imagine Nintendo coming out with a new system. So I think like being locked in with a Switch is not a bad investment, even for, you know, just for a casual person too. It does offer a lot of stuff, but I still think Nintendo is a little shitty, and they know that they're shitty, and I feel like it's like it's a kid's system, but like just like fix your online.
Respect. Oh, but we kind of veered off here. What do you know about the Steam Deck other than it's basically a Switch?
I don't know much about it other than it's basically a Switch.
I mean, I did pre-order it recently at the end of February. And they're not shipping out until like after Q3 or something, like December is when they're going to start for my orders. If you were like one of the very first people that, you know, pre-ordered it in like June or something, you might have got it in February, like, but a lot of people who were like ordered it in the first hour aren't going to get it till like December, and it's crazy.
I thought it came out sooner than that. So
yeah, I mean, dude, if I would love to have my hands on it now so I can play Elden Ring in bed, because they're pushing like updates for it like crazy. Like they're fixing all sorts of stuff, like making Elden Ring better performance wise. They released the drivers so that Windows can run smoothly on there. Like you could already put Windows on there. You can put a partition and have Windows, and it's basically a computer, you know what I mean? So you can kind of, but now they released it so that it's like less buggy. I haven't seen any reviews on it yet though, on like how well it runs with this new update. I was trying to find out last night. I didn't see any issues, so I'm assuming it runs really smoothly. So, you know, you can have anything you want, and then you could probably have, you know, Microsoft Word or whatever the fuck you want if you want it.
That's what I'm saying. Like in terms of, like, so I'm assuming you just log in with your Steam ID password, and then it just pulls your library. Yeah. Can you log yourself out and log another person in?
Yeah, you can have two profiles in at the same time if you wanted to. I saw a little bit of research on that. Yeah, if you wanted to run, I heard it runs really well with the Steam OS, like that operating system. It still needs some work on how it presents games that run efficiently on the Steam Deck to you and stuff like that, but they're working it out. I think by the time at the end of the year, this is going to be a really polished system. I think it's going to be like, I can't wait to play it, because the co-op games that I haven't been able to play with my girlfriend on PC, we're going to be able to play now. And you're going to be able to, like if I'm playing a game on PC, close my game, grab my Steam Deck, hook it up to my, you know, 4K TV over here, and dock it in and play the PC games there, and then also play co-op games with my girlfriend now on PC. It's going to be a blast. So yeah, I am like super pumped for that, man.
And what's the retail price of that?
I think let me pull it up, because there's 3 different things. There is a $399, so $400. You get the 64 gig. I think it's the SSD. Okay. And for $529, you get 256 gigabyte SSD, and then for $649, you get the 512 gigabyte SSD. Now, the 64 gigabyte $399 one is not an SSD. I guess it's an eMMC, whatever that means. Well, from a lot of the tech reviews that I've seen online, the amount of power that this I think it's an AMD graphics card, you know, built in with like basically a monitor already, it's a crazy value. Like if you want to get this kind of power, you have to buy like an $800 laptop, versus you can just buy a $400, basically
right
PC. So
yeah,
there's value there. Like I was kind of not sold on it that much, but the more reviews I've seen and the amount of control you have over this device to kind of put whether whatever operating system you want.
that was honestly huge when you said that.
Yeah, and then
like
you can gauge how much how much power you're using to kind of extend your battery life. Like if you're going everything full blast, it's gonna die in like 2 hours or whatever. But if you can like mess with the settings and I was like looking at the overlay of how you can do that, it's really cool. And it allows you to see all the data of what you're playing with, how many frames you're getting, how much heat's going on, and like you can see everything. It's like really customizable. And I don't know if I'm trying to sell it here, but to me it looks like a really cool system that I can't wait to get my hands on. And people are emulating Nintendo games on there and stuff. So I was like, okay, that looks pretty cool.
I agree. No, I was actually kind of excited about that whole idea because the Switch, I'm just here shitting on the Switch. It's such a good device. It really is. And I think that the Steam Deck is the way. I mean, it's like if you could you're essentially you get it jailbroken, just put Windows on it and do whatever you want. It's like it's like kind of busted. It's like what can you do on the Switch? It's like,
and it's not even jailbroken. It's like Valve and
they like
Steam
hooked it up.
No, that's what they were like. Their whole goal of making this thing was just to like, it's a computer. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. And we're gonna keep pushing out updates so that it's everything you do is gonna be smooth. You know what I mean? So that's cool.
I like that a lot.
So we'll see, man. We'll see when the Steam Deck comes out. I'm definitely gonna make some videos on it and kind of see how it runs. But anyway, moving on to the last couple of things that we're gonna talk about. Obi-Wan. What did you think of that trailer, man?
Okay, so hot take. At first, I wasn't like super blown back. I was like, kind of. I mean, I already knew like he was back and he's playing Obi-Wan, and that's like that to me is amazing. I like that. I like that. I appreciate that actually a lot. I didn't know a lot of the people.
The Inquisitors.
I watched your reaction, and yeah, there were some people that I didn't know. So it's like,
yeah, I don't know.
I didn't feel like super invested. I don't know how to explain it. But then like I liked the little the part where he's like saying like, you'll know where the Jedis are.
Yeah. You can sniff them out.
Yeah, he's like, their cariness is contagious. So said some shit like that, and I'm like, it kind of like that kind of made me hyped. I was like, that's true. Like
they leave a trail.
So it's kind of interesting to think like, it's gonna follow two different stories. So it's like it's gonna be Obi-Wan because like someone was preaching that saying, right? So it's gonna be like we're gonna find out who was saying that. Like I doubt it was the guy at the beginning or the guy with the twirly lightsaber.
Could have been Palpatine. He's alive in this moment.
That's true too.
He's overlooking this. Vader's alive, and it's only a limited series, 6 episodes. You really have to crank out Obi-Wan's kind of
quality
character about how he's feeling after his failure, I guess you can call it. I'm sure that's how he views it. So I really hope they don't veer too much off his storyline and kind of how he develops, because that's what the show is called. I hope they don't pull up.
Yes,
I agree. I hope they don't pull a Boba Fett and kind of, oh yeah, here's a fucking random ass character for another series. 2 episodes on Ahsoka or something. Well, I love Ahsoka. This is Obi-Wan series. I hope it's just about him and Vader and kind of. And
well, that's what. Okay, to that point, that's kind of what I meant. Like, I don't want it to. I don't want to learn about some bad guy that they're gonna end up killing. Like, I'd rather you flesh out Obi-Wan just as a character. Like, I understand that you have to have side arcs develop to make the character also shine. Right. But like I agree with what you're saying. Like, don't be like, look, babe, it's Baby Yoda. He's back.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
What the fuck is going on? Like, but I get that. It was good for the plot, but
no, I know what you're saying, and I think it would help if we have both seen the Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, the animated shows, because these Inquisitors are in those shows, and I'm pretty sure the Star Wars community is kind of like they were kind of half and half on how they presented that bald Inquisitor, They're like, oh, he doesn't look like the one in the animated series, whatever.
Okay.
That doesn't matter that much to me, but I think I'm gonna watch Star Wars Rebels because I know that there's some cool stuff that goes on with Ahsoka and Vader, some stuff that goes on with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, and obviously with these Inquisitors, and it seems like it's important to maybe watch that before May comes around, so I might do that. And then Disney Plus.
How long is that series?
Let me check.
Because I've definitely wanted to dive into it, but
it is 4 seasons, so it could be
4
tough.
seasons, so it's pretty hefty.
Yeah,
and that's probably on Disney Plus then too, right?
Yep. It's got really good reviews on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, but yeah, I might dabble into that. But then at the end of this month too, you got Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac, which I'm definitely gonna check out as well. So I think it might be worth getting Disney Plus for the months coming up to this. But yeah, man, I'm excited for Obi-Wan, man. I hope that Mace Windu is still alive somehow. Like he survived the fall, and I hope he's in the prison on Mustafar or something, or they got him.
That'd be sick.
or in that like giant what seems to be like a giant Sith headquarters on the water planet that they showed for a brief moment on the trailer. I hope he's alive. You know, I've seen people talking about how they're hoping the person that Obi-Wan is talking to in the trailer is Qui-Gon, you know, kind of leading him, because at the end of Revenge of the Sith, you know, Yoda is talking to Obi-Wan. He's like, you know, I've been able to contact Qui-Gon and, you know, through the Force and stuff. So I think it's like a given that Qui-Gon's going to be, like Liam Neeson's going to be in the show. I hope so. It'd be a nice little kind of ace card, you know what I mean?
Yeah, though that would be a character that I wouldn't mind. That's actually really,
well, I think it's like really good for Obi-Wan's character. You know, he's going to need some closure. Like,
yes, it's good to see it too.
And Liam, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I like Obi-Wan. I have no problems.
I feel like Obi-Wan's like my favorite. I said it in my reaction video, but I feel like Obi-Wan's like the best casting. Ewan McGregor's just so likable as Obi-Wan. It's
perfect.
Yeah, straight up.
It's totally perfect.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for that. All right, we're at the 47-minute mark. Lastly, do you want to talk about Pokemon Gen 9? Do you see it?
I think we could run it real quick.
Yeah.
The trailer to me was weird as hell. It was like a security guard going through like an office or something that he shines a light, and then it shows the new gen Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which I can't say that I love, but also I think the character design has been getting like more cute. Mm-hmm. I'm more of like not even just to say like Charmander, but like this first and second gen just had like more. They feel like monsters. These kind of just feel like silly, like I'm a quirky duck, or like I'm a weird looking dinosaur. It's like I know you got to explore because there's only so many Pokemon ideas that you could make, but I think I would get the freaking grass one, honestly.
Sprigatito?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Grass Fairy. But other than that, I mean, the world looked nice. It looked like they took a bunch from Legends of Arceus, so
yeah,
they kind of look polished at sometimes. Then it kind of had that same janky kind of look, like not the best, but it's like not the worst by any means.
Yeah, I mean when I first saw the starters, I thought they looked good. I thought Sprigatito looks really, really cute. Fuecoco looks like it's just going to evolve into something that can be completely oddball and out of left field. And then Quaxley looks like Donald Duck, so there was a lot of Kingdom Hearts memes online about that, but I'm a big Donald Duck fan after playing Kingdom Hearts, so that might be a path. But I think I'm going to go with the cat too, or, I mean, I can go, it's between Sprigatito and Fuecoco. They both look like they can have some promising evolutions. I mean,
I'm hoping for typing. I'm hoping for like Grass Fairy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then Quaxley, obviously, he's just gonna be a bigger duck. I mean,
he's gonna be like a fighting water type.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. And then the whole thing you said about the direction they're going with open world, definitely. I've kind of dropped Arceus in favor of Elden Ring. Just dropped Arceus completely. And I can't go back now. Like the open world in Elden Ring is too much. It's too enticing. So the open world in this new game has to be. It has like my standards are really high for open world. For Pokemon, they're not that high because I know Pokemon's just not gonna I just know it's not.
It's not going to be the open world that Pokemon can present, and it's based off of, I don't know. It's just tough, honestly, because another selling point too of Arceus is that there's no online, and I don't think that I need online battling because I didn't play it much in Sword and Shield. But like,
it's nice to have that option. I think that's what made Arceus not a complete game, and it's okay that it wasn't a complete game in that regard. You know, it did its own thing. But for this new Gen 9, for it to go to that next level, I think it does need to add that. It needs to make competitive a lot easier. And they need to just make like a Pokemon Stadium kind of thing where you can just pick the Pokemon. You don't have to breed and spend weeks creating a team.
Showdown. Exactly.
They need to do that, and you know, I don't think they're going to do that in Gen 9, but I hope they still make it. Every generation they kind of make it easier and easier, so we'll see what they do. In terms of the open world, Pokemon is marketing this as officially open world on their website. They didn't do that with Legends Arceus because it really wasn't open world. It was like you go to little sections. This one, I guess, is going to be it's going to be seamless in that regard. And the towns, like they actually have open world towns now, in the trailer, which Arceus had, you know, Jubilife Village. It was like the only town hub. Yeah. Everything else is just open because it took place in the past. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna be, you know.
I mean, I guess if there was one thing that I did like about it is like the new continent. I think that had a really good type of
vibe.
I like the vibe. I didn't really care for Sword and Shield all that much. I didn't feel connected. For some reason, this looks a little bit more like, oh, you're in, like the towns have more personality, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
also like the textures on the Pokemon, like, okay, so like part of the open world look kind of janky to me. Some of the frame rate, like in the far reaching places, look kind of a little bit janky, but then when they closed up on the Pokemon,
the Magnemite looked beautiful. Yeah, it was like freaking looked like a shiny ball. It looked beautiful. And Steel.
The freaking snake Pokemon's Seviper. There you go. The name was escaping me. The scales on that look really cool. Like it looked pretty good. So we'll see, man. We'll see how that goes. Pokemon releasing 2 big titles like that in 1 year.
It's pretty crazy. I did not expect them to release that. So. But
yeah, man. I mean, any other thoughts you got?
No, I think we pretty much hit everything.
All right, man. 52-minute podcast. We did it, man. It's pretty good here. What are you thinking of when we do this again? Do you want to do it? I mean, I won't be able to do it every Friday morning.
No.
Or actually, I think I have Fridays off like all the time. Is this something you can do, or when you want to just say?
You let me know. We could definitely work it out. We'll definitely flesh it out. Any day that works better for you.
All right.
I'm working from home all the time, so I could swing.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah. Anyway, anyone who watched, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Take it easy.
Like, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.